But dig a little deeper. A Pew poll from this fall provides a glimpse of what is actually happening in a lot of parts of the country. In that survey, 56% of Americans said the economy was excellent or good, and that's good news. But then there was this. Only 31% said the economy was helping them and their families. Just 32% thought the current economy was helping the middle class. 58% thought the opposite. Among lower-income Republicans, 47% said economic conditions were hurting them. Just 30% said they were helping. Now, keep in mind, these aren't sociology professors from the Oberlin Faculty Lounge. This is the president's core. It's his base. Why do they feel that way? It's not personal. It's just really simple. For a lot of middle-class people, wages are not keeping pace with expenses. Childcare, housing, education, healthcare, they're all getting more expensive by the year. The student loan bubble is still inflating. It's burdening young people with debts so large they can't start families. Now, these are economic problems, but they require a political solution. The candidate who makes it easier for 30-year-olds to get married and have kids will win the election and will deserve to win. Remember that. It's truer than any economic theory conceived on any college campus in the last 100 years. Improve people's lives, and they will vote for you, period.
So I looked into the causes of inflation that are making Americans miserable right now, and they are not in consumer goods like media or clothing or electronics.
Those
or even
are all
food.
getting cheaper, still getting much cheaper.
Yeah, and a lot of that is being made more efficient by technology and supply chains and everything else. The three things that are making Americans miserable in terms of inflation are housing, education, and healthcare. And each of those is being driven by something other than purchasing power. Housing is being driven by the fact in some markets people feel like they need to live in, let's say, New York or Seattle or San Francisco to be able to access certain opportunities, and then there's like not much flexibility in terms of their ability to commute, like a long distance. Healthcare, which is dysfunctional because of a broken set of incentives and the fact that individuals aren't really paying in a marketplace. Education, it's because college has very, very sadly gotten 2.5 times more expensive, even though it has not gotten 2.5 times better. So the first thing is that only 32% of Americans graduate from college, and that proportion has essentially been constant for years. And then as we've tried to plow more people into college, what we've done is we've brought down the college completion rate. The college completion rate in 6 years now is 59%. So 41% of people who are starting college do not finish within 6 years. And so selling college as a panacea is just not going to work. And it's subsidizing something that's enjoyed by the top third of the population, which may or may not be the direction you want to go. Because at this point, these schools are like a massive, crushing debt burden. It's like a tax on our economy. How many of you all have student loan debt? You all look kind of young, some of you. Yeah. I would forgive a lot of that student loan debt in an argument for stimulus, because young people and like other people should be starting families, buying homes, starting businesses, and not paying off this phantom school debt that, you know, like was for an education they got years ago and the school was already paid. It's purely a financial invention at this point. And so if you wanted to make an economy that worked for people, you would just be like, look, this is a great stimulus to the economy. Let's just like get some of the school loan debt off of people's backs, get colleges to be more cost efficient, and then give everyone $1,000 a month and invest very highly in vocational. Because right now only 6% of American high school students are in vocational or technical tracks. In Germany, that's 59%. What do you all think the appropriate percentage is for America then? 25 or 30, right? But the problem is we're overselling college to all these kids. We're like, hey, if you don't go to college, your life is over. And then they go to college, they get this debt. Even if you come out of college right now, you know what the underemployment rate is for recent college grads? It's 44%. So again, this entire like subsidized free college, like it doesn't solve the problem. Like if you come out and you're underemployed and you don't have crushing debt, yeah, that's better than having crushing debt. But like maybe we need to start trying to address the imbalances in our system. And one of the imbalances is that we're over-prescribing college, we're under-supporting vocational trades and apprenticeships, because if you're going to automate away a lot of the jobs, which we are, 44% of the jobs in America are either repetitive manual or repetitive cognitive. We're going to automate away a ton of those jobs. But you know what's really hard to automate away? HVAC repair. Yes, air conditioning repair, plumbing. You know, like it's very, very hard to automate away fine motor work like that. Those jobs are steady, they pay well, they're gratifying. So we need to start saying to kids, like, that's a really good way to go. Like, that's a better way to go than a 4-year degree that might, that just might lead you nowhere. No offense, I went to college, I love college and all that, but we're just overselling it. So to me, you're much better off putting $1,000 a month into everyone's hands and saying, if you want to use that to partially pay for college, that's great. If you want to pay for vocational, which we should be massively investing in, that would be great too. If you want to do something independent, maybe you want to start something, like, that would be a better way to go. And it's in tandem with the fact that we have this educational school loan crisis in this country where it's up to $1.5 trillion. Why has college gotten 2.5 times more expensive over the last 25 years? It has not gotten 2.5 times better.
The candidate who makes it easier for 30-year-olds to get married and have kids will win the election and will deserve to win. Remember that. It's truer than any economic theory conceived on any college campus in the last 100 years. Improve people's lives, and they will vote for you, period.